Many things are best left unsaid. Throughout history, the fate of influential individuals, kingdoms, and empires has often rested on a single disclosed secret. Secrets possess immense power, acting as both shields and weapons that can either protect us or lead to our downfall. But what if certain secrets are so critical, so fundamental, that they should never be disclosed to just anyone? The ancient Stoics understood this well. They practiced a discipline of silence and discretion, shielding themselves from harm and maintaining their dignity. In this video, we will explore 10 topics that, as a Stoic, you should keep confidential and never share with others. Each of these is vital and interconnected, so stay with us until the end to understand why. Number 1. Your silent struggles. Behind every face you meet lies a universe of untold stories. Some are shared openly, while many remain quietly hidden. These unspoken tales, crafted from life's hardships and personal trials, possess significant influence. Why? Because they shape our character, form our viewpoints, and test our boundaries. Just as the hardest steel is forged in the hottest flames, we too are strengthened by these internal struggles. Epictetus gently reminds us that it's not what happens to us, but how we respond that truly matters. Within these words lies the reflection of countless times we've grappled with our own thoughts, carrying burdens unknown to the world. Does this mean we should keep everything bottled up? Not at all. It's about knowing whom to trust and when to open up. Everyone can hear, but not all will listen, and even fewer will truly understand. Sharing these inner battles is a personal choice, one that requires careful consideration, revealing them only to those worthy of your trust. In today's world, there's a constant push to live our lives publicly, especially with the omnipresence of social media. It seems like everyone is sharing everything. However, there's great power in being selective about what you share. Some struggles should remain private, serving as a testament to your strength and a personal badge of honor. While it's natural to seek comfort in others, remember that not every listener can comprehend the depth of your experiences. Sometimes the true essence of your struggles is best appreciated in the quiet corners of your own heart. As the Stoics believed, real transformation often flourishes in silence. Number 2. Internal whispers, the hidden enemies of self-estem. Have you ever found yourself vacillating between your decisions because the dark whispers in your mind were creating unstoppable misgivings? Those questions that sometimes emerge from the depths of our doubts, like, am I capable enough for this? Am I going to fail? These hidden questions that are the personification of our misgivings are hidden inhabitants in our world of ideas, whose job is to keep us from reaching our full potential. So we try to make them lose their job, to stay unemployed because they are obstacles to our evolution, and whatever is an obstacle to our evolution, we want to destroy it out of natural instinct. So we develop the desire to share these insecurities, these hidden inhabitants whose job is to hold us back from gaining self-confidence, hoping that someone who hears them will disprove them. We expect a problem that we have not solved within ourselves to be transferred to the external environment to be solved by someone else, but without knowing that this is an illusion that creates an ephemeral relief, false and empty. The intention of a Stoic is to keep these thoughts of doubt hidden, because he knows the significance of holding such parts of yourself, at least until they are fully understood by yourself. When we convey something without fully understanding it, its answer will not help us if it is given by someone else, if it is given. Because since we do not know the exact question, we will not know what the answer answers. Also, when we carry our inner retrievals without dealing with them, we lose the ability to solve our existential deadlocks, and we become stagnant. One should not try to avoid difficulties, but see them as an opportunity for personal development, emphasized Epictetus. As well as the external problems involved in our internal doubts, we must understand that their power comes from ourselves. We feed them. It is not the external events but our judgment of them, the Stoics stressed. In today's world, our insecurities often get amplified. Share a doubt and suddenly you're flooded with advice, much of it contradictory, adding to the confusion. Instead, try a different approach. Address these inner whispers in the quiet space of introspection. Let your insight soothe you, not the opinions of countless others. Confront these voices, engage with them, maybe even reason with them. In an age where every feeling can become a public spectacle, there's immense power in valuing solitude, especially when dealing with self-doubt. These doubts need your full attention, not the world's. Isn't it wiser to fix the leaks in a boat privately rather than inviting everyone to watch it sink? Number 3, be mindful of sharing your future plans. Have you ever sensed the intensity of another's stare, curious about your next steps? There's a profound sense of empowerment in quietly safeguarding your future ambitions, instead of allowing them to become casual conversation fodder. Your dreams and aspirations are precious. By withholding every detail, you preserve an air of intrigue and unpredictability. In a time when oversharing is the norm, there's resilience in guarding your intentions closely and letting your actions speak volumes. History is replete with cautionary tales of those who boasted prematurely, only to see their plans crumble before them. Take Julius Caesar, celebrated for his strategic prowess, often faced setbacks due to his tendency to reveal his plans too early and underestimate his adversaries, as seen in the Battle of Pharsalus. Similarly, industrial magnates like John D. Rockefeller excelled at shielding their ventures from prying eyes, ensuring their competitors remained in the dark, underscoring the strategic advantage of discretion and unpredictability. In today's interconnected era, where social media encourages oversharing, embracing discretion fosters adaptability and resilience, shielding one's ambitions and autonomy from external pressures. As the wisdom of Seneca effortlessly navigates our thoughts, it reminds us that without a destination in mind, no direction will feel favorable. This serves as a compelling cue to chart our path but disclose it sparingly, primarily to ourselves. Keeping our future plans close doesn't stem from fear or uncertainty. Rather, it showcases a profound grasp of the world's dynamics. It's not about hiding for secrecy's sake, but about preserving the integrity of our journey. Thus, when the world observes our strides, they are purposeful, calculated, and always a step ahead. Number 4, the intense desire for boundless comfort. It might seem paradoxical, but there's profound wisdom in keeping our routine excursions beyond comfort concealed. When every trial and departure from the usual is divulged, the motivation often shifts abruptly, chasing validation or applause for perceived bravery or audacity. However, the Stoic demeanor isn't about seeking external affirmation. It's about fostering inner evolution. The next occasion you opt to rise an hour earlier to delve into a book or embark on a rainy stroll to embrace vitality, perhaps consider keeping it private. It's not a spectacle, it's a personal expedition. Marcus whispered through the ages. Is it purely for appearances or authentic advancement? Historical annals recount tales of Alexander the Great and his unmatched conquests, yet even amid the opulence he commanded, he opted to rest on the ground and partake of identical rations as his soldiers. This wasn't for display, but to anchor himself in life's realities, steering clear of the allure of opulence and ease. While we may not command vast armies, our battles are genuine, our trials no less meaningful. In our swiftly evolving society where ease is readily accessible with a mere click, recall that it's the gusts, the downpours, and the ascents that sculpt peaks. Likewise, our trials, particularly those we silently welcome, mold us. It's acceptable to revel in comfort, but do venture into the unknown in secrecy. It's in those uncharted territories that we rediscover facets of ourselves often overlooked. Number 5, your sensitive aspects and your flaws. It's often remarked that behind every protagonist lies a flaw, a frailty akin to Achilles' vulnerable spot, a facet that, despite their prowess, could lead to their downfall. Humans, with their beautifully flawed nature, harbor both strengths and frailties. These vulnerabilities, the tender, unguarded facets of our being, warrant safeguarding rather than exposure. It's not about concealing or disavowing them, but about treating them with the respect they deserve. A voice, reminiscent of ancient wisdom, softly murmured, "It is not the events themselves that shape us, but our interpretation of them," echoing the sentiments of philosophers like Epictetus. This suggests that our vulnerabilities do not define us, rather, it is our perspective on them that matters. Embracing vulnerabilities is crucial. They serve as reminders of past trials, lessons gleaned, and even apprehensions about future conflicts. They are deeply personal, and broadcasting them can render us vulnerable to external scrutiny, potentially distorting our own understanding and acceptance of them. By privately acknowledging these facets, we strengthen ourselves, ensuring they're not exploited or misconceived. This affords us the chance to confront them, turning them from vulnerabilities into areas of growth. Across history, numerous individuals were acutely aware of their weaknesses, but chose to shield them, using them as sources of inspiration rather than obstacles. Consider, for instance, Maya Angelou, who faced myriad setbacks and grappled with self-doubt. Rather than publicizing these trials, she internalized them, allowing them to shape her resilience and creativity. On the other hand, Albert Einstein's vulnerability lay in his struggle with social interactions, which sometimes hindered his professional collaborations. These historical examples underscore the importance of acknowledging our shortcomings, handling them with care, and ensuring they don't impede our progress. In a time where oversharing prevails, the pressure to divulge one's innermost thoughts can be overwhelming. Yet, there is power in selective discretion. Acknowledge your vulnerabilities, nurture them, but don't feel compelled to expose them for scrutiny. It's entirely acceptable to keep certain aspects of your life private. After all, mysteries possess their own allure, and strength often resides in the untold tales. Number 6. Your personal deadlocks of your grievances. They say harboring resentments is akin to swallowing poison and anticipating the demise of another. It's a burdensome load on one's shoulders, a persistent whisper in the ear, and often a fruitless pursuit. However, opting to internally process personal grievances, akin to a Stoic approach, fosters inner harmony and self-mastery. By refraining from venting every annoyance, you nurture an inner resilience, mastering the art of addressing issues within without dissipating energy outwardly. It echoes the wisdom of philosophers like Epictetus, who pondered that it's not events themselves, but our perceptions of them, that disturb us. Take heed when you express each irritation or vexation. It's not solely perpetuating pessimism, but also a subtle quest for affirmation of your emotions. By refraining and reflecting inwardly, you afford yourself the opportunity to ponder, is this dissatisfaction justified? Can I manage it? Ought it influence my mental equilibrium? Frequently, deep contemplation leads to the realization that many of our grievances are fleeting, not worth our precious energy. For those that hold weight, confronting them directly rather than merely discussing them can yield greater satisfaction and productivity. Looking back in history, we encounter tales of individuals whose personal resentments consume them to their own detriment. Consider the tragic narrative of Cain and Abel. Their unresolved conflict resulted in a fatal outcome. Similarly, the feud between Montague and Capulet, immortalized by Shakespeare, serves as a cautionary tale about the destructive power of grudges. Today's modern world often encourages venting as a means of catharsis, but a Stoic approach suggests otherwise. It advocates for addressing grievances internally, delving into their origins, and responding with wisdom rather than impulsivity. So when faced with irritation, take a moment to pause, ponder, and consider if vocalizing your discontent will truly bring about change, or if it merely stirs unnecessary strife. Sometimes silence can be the most potent response, and achieving inner peace becomes the ultimate triumph. Number 7. Your personal triumphs and victories. There's a serene sense of fulfillment in accomplishing something, whether it's grand or minuscule. However, the frenetic pace of modern life often pushes us to broadcast these achievements. Yet the Stoic approach encourages us to embrace and treasure our triumphs inwardly, rather than seeking external validation. Why? Because self-validation is enduring and genuine. Broadcasting achievements can sometimes diminish their importance, reducing meaningful personal milestones to mere talking points. This isn't to detract from the pleasure of sharing successes with loved ones. It's a reminder to be discerning. Not every triumph requires an audience. It's essential to discern between sharing joy and seeking validation. As we internalize and deeply value our personal growth and accomplishments, we cultivate self-reliance, deriving strength from within. This self-reliance acts as a shield, shielding us from the unpredictable ebbs and flows of external praise and criticism. Throughout history, there are numerous stories of individuals who boasted of their triumphs only to encounter unexpected repercussions. Consider the cautionary tale of Daedalus and Icarus. Although not grounded in historical fact, it resonates with timeless human nature. Driven by the exhilaration of flight, Icarus flew too close to the sun, disregarding his father's warnings. His wings melted, and he plummeted into the sea, his hubris and desire for recognition leading to his downfall. Embracing success with humility doesn't diminish its importance. Instead, it reinforces it. While the modern era presents unique challenges due to its constant connectivity, it also provides opportunities for growth. Therefore, the next time you achieve something noteworthy, take a moment to savor the accomplishment, then carefully consider with whom you will share it. Number 8. The silent yearnings of your heart. Have you ever stumbled upon a small, seemingly insignificant detail that caused a flutter in your heart? Perhaps it was a long-forgotten dream, a simple longing to explore a new hobby, or maybe just a desire to dance in the rain. These quiet personal yearnings often linger as faint whispers amidst the chaos of our daily routines. It's natural to feel inclined to share these fleeting moments, these modest aspirations with others. A small voice within urges us to vocalize them, as if speaking them aloud would bring them to life. However, more often than not, expressing these dreams prematurely may expose them to the unwelcome opinions of others. Not everyone will comprehend why you yearn to learn a new language or why you've suddenly taken an interest in painting, and that's perfectly acceptable. As a wise sage once said, echoing timeless wisdom, dreams whispered to the heart are meant for the soul, not for the public stage. Reflecting on history, the esteemed philosopher Socrates refrained from documenting his thoughts directly. Much of what we understand about him derives from his disciple Plato. Yet this absence of Socrates' own writings adds an aura of mystery to his true convictions, his innermost desires. What hidden aspirations did he hold? We may never unravel the depths of his mind, and therein lies the allure. It serves as a potent reminder that not everything warrants disclosure. Some treasures are best kept close to the heart. Take a moment amidst today's culture of constant exposure to safeguard the dreams you've yet to unveil. Allow them to flourish in the quiet recesses of your soul. When they possess the resilience to withstand both acclaim and critique, perhaps then they may emerge. Until that moment arrives, cherish them as your clandestine source of fortitude, your silent anthem of optimism. They represent the enchantment awaiting realization on your terms, at your pace. Number 9. Your personal progress in evolution and growth. Consider the transformation of a caterpillar as it cocoons, undergoing a profound change hidden from the outside world. Picture if that caterpillar felt compelled to announce each tiny progress. It would not only be distracting, but could even impede its metamorphosis. Similarly, there is a sacredness in keeping the details of personal growth to oneself. Every step taken toward self-improvement, every newfound understanding or self-realization, is a precious gift. However, not all treasures are meant to be showcased. Some are meant to be felt deep within your soul. Of course, this doesn't imply complete silence. Sharing can be therapeutic and inspirational for others, provided they are done in a specific manner and with careful methodology, as we have mentioned before. Nevertheless, the Stoics underscore the importance of introspection over public proclamation. Seneca, in his eloquent articulation of wisdom, once remarked, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Notice how he didn't advocate for broadcasting every aspect of one's existence. In an era where documenting life has become almost instinctual, the rush to share personal milestones or inner struggles on social media can sometimes overshadow the essence of the experience itself. Before divulging, take a moment to ask yourself, is this for validation or genuine connection? The distinction holds significance. Drawing once again from the Stoics and perhaps reflecting on Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, there's a profound realization. The universe is in constant flux, and life itself is subject to interpretation. Personal transformation is a journey deeply intimate, and opinions about it are plentiful. As you navigate the vast expanse of personal growth, sometimes it's more impactful to reflect silently than to announce every twist and turn. Ultimately, the culmination of your evolution, your refined self, will resonate louder than any update ever could. Number 10. The soft rise and fall of your feelings. Life's canvas is adorned with the sweeping strokes of joy, sorrow, love, anger, and countless other emotions. In today's world, it's customary to openly display our feelings, especially with the prevalence of real-time status updates and social media stories. However, there is a profound strength in keeping certain emotions private. Exercising restraint isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about recognizing that feelings are deeply personal, often intricate, and multifaceted. Sharing them in the moment might not always convey their true depth, and the external world can sometimes be harsh with unfiltered emotions. As a Stoic might gently remind us, emotions, when held gently, reveal their layers in their own time, uncovering nuances that we often overlook in our rush. Consider the esteemed Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome. His profound emotions were captured not in grand public statements, but in his private writings now known as meditations. These were intimate reflections meant for himself, not the public eye. His reluctance to display every moment of introspection publicly serves as a reflection for us. How often do we truly sit with our feelings before sharing them? In today's fast-paced world, immediate reactions are often celebrated, but there is wisdom in letting emotions settle, in understanding them fully before sharing. Not every feeling needs an instant post or story. Some emotions, when given time and space, mature into deeper insights or transform entirely. So, the next time emotions rise, consider giving them room to breathe. They are, after all, your personal journey through the vast landscape of life. Not every journey needs an audience. Some are best traveled alone, shared only when your heart truly desires. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Your unwavering support is the bedrock that enables us to continue delivering insightful content to audiences around the globe. If there's a particular topic or concept you're curious about and would like us to delve into, please feel free to share it in the comments. Your suggestions drive our mission to provide even deeper and more meaningful insights. Consider the teachings of renowned Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Their wisdom has stood the test of time, offering guidance on navigating life's challenges with grace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, for example, in his work, Meditations, shares his reflections on duty, humility, and the fleeting nature of life, emphasizing the importance of inner peace and self-control. Seneca's letters and essays, on the other hand, explore the practical applications of Stoic philosophy, encouraging us to cultivate patience and virtue amidst adversity. Reflect on the journey of Epictetus, who transformed from a slave to a revered philosopher. His teachings underscore the power of perspective, reminding us that while we cannot always control external events, we can control our responses to them. His life is a testament to the Stoic belief that true freedom comes from within. If you've gained value from today's discussion, we encourage you to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can keep the flame of knowledge burning brightly, exploring the timeless principles of Stoicism and their relevance in our modern lives. Remember, the Stoic path is not about suppressing emotions, but about mastering them. It's about understanding that true strength lies in composure, and that the greatest achievements often come from silent perseverance. So, as you move forward, keep the teachings of the Stoics close to your heart, and let them guide you in your quest for a balanced and fulfilling life. Thank you once again for your support and engagement. Let's continue this journey together, drawing inspiration from the Stoic philosophers who have paved the way for us. Stay curious, stay reflective, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.